Hey guys, back for another video. So today I'm working with a client. I'm just gonna show you the gear that I brought with me to film a simple client interview. Come in. Ooh, welcome to my studio space. So we're here on a client shoot that I'm about to do, and I just want to show you the gear that I brought with me for a typical client interview. And also, this space is so cool. I mean, check this out. Look, like there's so many different areas to film in. There's like a white brick wall over here. There's like couches and flats, and there's a bed there. We're not gonna use a bed because we're not gonna do that kind of shoot. But yeah, it's a cool space. I want to show you all my gear, and this video is sponsored by Storyblocks. No matter what type of creator that you are, whether you film with clients or you film stuff for yourself on YouTube, getting B-roll shots is always a good idea. And one of my favorite places to get B-roll is Storyblocks. Storyblocks has a wide array of 4K and HD video with categories from drone footage to time-lapse footage to this clip over here. I know, it's weird, but I dig it. But it's not just stock footage too, but they have a wide array of royalty-free music, sound effects, and even After Effects templates. It's really easy to use Storyblocks as well. Just type in whatever you are looking for, or just browse their library until you find something that's suitable for your project. And once you find the clip that you like, just download the resolution that you want, and then simply integrate that footage into your project. Easy peasy. And what's great is that Storyblocks has affordable subscription plans, so if you want to check them out, links will be down below. Thanks Storyblocks for sponsoring this video, but now let's show you my gear. Oh, you're filming. It's on right now? Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, so the gear that I brought with me for a typical client shoot, well, it's this right over here. I just brought my main camera bag where all my essential gear is, which includes my two cameras over here. This is the a7S III and this is the Sony a7 IV. And both these cameras really complement each other very, very well. The colors match incredibly well. And I love using this combo together. The a7S III is going to be my main camera, and the a7 IV will be my B camera. On the a7S III, I have the 16-35 G master lens, and on the a7 IV, I have the 24-70 G master lens. And like I said before, these cameras are great on their own, but they really complement each other very well, which is why I love having these two cameras in my camera bag. Over here, my little mess, this is where I guess Video Village is. I have my computer here because typically whenever I film a segment for a client project, I like to see that on my computer, kind of hear it out just to make sure that everything looks and sounds good. And so yeah, if you're working on a client project, just bring your computer, just play back some of the footage to make sure that everything looks and sounds good. But yeah, come over here, let me show you the rest of the gear that I brought in my main camera bag. I've showed you many times, but I've updated it just slightly. I have a brand new wireless lav system, and that is the new DJI mic. I love it, and I've been using the Rode Wireless Go 2s for over a year now, and they have been absolutely fantastic. But since DJI came up with these new mics, like I've been using these a lot. They sound pretty good. So this is the main audio that I'll be using to hook up my clients as they're talking on camera, and it just works seamlessly. I love that you can record backup audio on the transmitter themselves, very much like the Rode Wireless Go 2. But yeah, this will be the audio mic that I'll be using today. Oh, and it comes with this cool charging case. So yeah, you can charge the receiver, the transmitters by putting it all in this case and just plug it in with the USB-C port right over there. So yeah, very, very nice. In my big bag, this is like my big production bag. This is the Think Tank Production Manager 40. And here I brought several lights. I brought my slider, I got light stands, I got reflectors. I have black foil. This is really good to cut and shape light. If you don't have like barn doors or something like that, this is just great to have. But yeah, this is where I store all my big production stuff. Really, whenever I go out on client shoots, I always bring this bag and this backpack because it's minimal, and everything that I could possibly need on a very simple interview would be in this bag. So yeah, so this is the bag that I use for my client projects. I do have another light just in case I need more, and it's always a good idea to have more lights if you can. And it's an additional Amaran 60X, and I think the reason why I really like this light is because it's battery powered. And so yeah, so if I need to add another light to the setup, I totally can. Just gotta add some batteries and I'm ready to go. And a reflector, you gotta have reflectors. Like, you just never know when you need reflectors. Just easy way to balance your client's face as they're talking to the camera, or just good to just to bounce light, but yeah, having a reflector is always a good idea. And the one thing that I totally forgot to bring, because I was actually using it last night to charge batteries and stuff, is always bring a power strip. You gotta have a power strip so that you have one dedicated place to like charge your batteries or charge other devices as you are filming your client project. I didn't bring it with me. Fortunately, I think all the batteries are charged, so I think we're gonna be okay. But since you're dealing with paying clients, you know, you don't wanna risk batteries dying out or not having enough batteries if the client decides, oh hey, can we do this shot or that shot, because clients like to do that. And so yeah, so if you can, bring a power strip. It'll save you, I promise. I just didn't bring one. I've already taken out some of the gear right now. I'm gonna show you my lighting setup, but this is one of the spots that we'll be filming today, and look how cool this couch is. I love it. So here's what the setup's gonna be. I'm gonna have the subject right over here. Sit right over here. The camera A will be right there, right in front of me, and I'm gonna have the secondary camera right here, just to get a nice cutaway shot if I ever need to. But yeah, I think a simple key light will be fine. I think the lighting in this studio is pretty sick on its own. Like I don't think you need this light at all, but I just wanted to punch it up just a little bit, make the subject pop a little bit more. This is a great spot, and also, how cool is this couch, man? It's pretty comfy. So I'm gonna rig up my two cameras on the two tripods right now, and I'm gonna show you what this setup is going to look like. You can never have too many cameras. Oh, and I always gotta have these quick release plates on every camera, just because it just makes it super easy just to connect to a tripod like this. Done. Look how easy that is. Easy. Same thing over here. Done. If you guys are wondering, that is the Manfrotto RC2 323, I forgot the number, but it's right down here below. That's the quick release plate that I use for everything, and I have it on all my tripods and all my stands. It's just super, super easy to, like, as you saw, connect your camera to a tripod, easy. The main key light that I'm using is actually the Amaran 100D. I've had the Aperture 120D Mark II for a long while, and that is a very powerful light. And this light isn't as powerful, but in this scenario, it's totally fine. And the light modifier that I'm using is the Aperture Lantern. And I like using the lantern because I like how it fills out the space a bit more. And I knew that we were filming in a space with lots of white walls and white ceilings. And the fact that this light emanates kind of all around, I know it's going to fill out the scene just a bit more. And I just love how easy like this light modifier is to set up, and it's really light too, so you could take it on any client project. I also brought with me another light. This is the Amaran 60X. This is cool to have. It's not as powerful as the 100D, but a really good light to use as a hair light or just to splash some light in the background. So that's just kind of sitting standby here. What's great about this light is that it's also battery powered, so you can attach one of those NP style batteries, connect it over here, and you don't have to worry about, you know, connecting this light to the wall, because you can use batteries with this. All right, so now I'm just setting up both my cameras, but I'm gonna film in 4K, so if I need to punch in post, then I totally will. Hold on, let me get an SD card. Gotta have an SD card! Hold on, where did the SD, oh, here it is. See, this is why we have to arrive before the client arrives, so that you can like prepare in case stuff like this happens. And it's also a good idea if you have like a friend or, you know, an assistant to help you out. It's a good idea to have them like model for you before the client arrives, because you don't want to waste your client's time, you know? So here we go. We got my main shot over here. That's my hero shot. And this is the camera that the client will be talking to. And then I have a secondary camera, my B cam, just, you know, to cut away if I need to make the interview just look a little more interesting, change it up. It's always nice to have a secondary camera. In order for me to sync the cameras together, usually what I do is that I have the client clap in front of their face, so that when I bring both these clips in post, I can look in the audio track and see that spike of audio when they clap and just sync it together. Most platforms kind of sync audio seamlessly anyway, but it's just a good idea to have the subject clap in front of their face so that you can sync both cameras, or if you have multiple cameras, together in post. All right, so now we're gonna have Tyler clap in front of his face, clap again, and now I'm gonna bring it back into Premiere Pro, and I'm gonna show you where that audio spike is. So we're gonna clap again. And now our audio is synced. Easy. And that is pretty much all the gear that I brought with me to this client shoot. It's a very simple shoot. I didn't want to bring too much because sometimes if you bring too much, you might like overthink it and like, oh no, I forgot to bring batteries. And so for me, I like keeping things simple. Just my main camera bag, I got my production bag where my lights and stands are, a really cool backdrop, cool studio, one key light, 2 cameras that complement each other very well, a wireless lav mic setup, and boom, you got yourself a pretty sweet gear setup for client interviews. Woo, anything else, Tyler? Anything else to add to that? Oh, bring someone to help out. That's always nice, because then you can grab tacos afterwards. High five. Woo! There it is. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Until the next one. See ya.